Need your spirit enough to be left out.
Up gambling when like school fees itself like 2 days ago. It's a kind of a it gives building those money which you won't get it. The same you're high, crashing way it depression or the
beginnings to the trial. This power of togetherness as we unravel because deserves to be checked. KBC Channel 1.
Wow. Yeah. Oh. After 20 years, through sport, women business of sport, even our special which is taking Uganda. We are bringing age of which add to, of course, the final. Kenya playing again on Saturday on Sunday. Good evening. Is Kimani. Sports. Can see how brand itself. That's a don't want to miss out. Look, it's already of the We are 3 DP. Yes. Government public September 25. Access leaders up seem to be of your loans. Now, bond 5 jail time. The prime is KBC follow up as well as a the 1st of September education organization fees entered recommended working party reforms.
29th graduation ceremony Baringo Julius structure was of the MT.
We are pleased that both the have been government to universities and students. The disbursement for first year university students on the 55 universities will be released in phases. A smooth transition and TVET college students journey.
The model uses a household reducing error and household 10% program 100 share will be covered scholarships and clinical medicine students 22,375,000 shillings. Students may pay as little as 14 shillings per year. The academic clusters to business Ogamba has increased education for students. Fourth member of parliament, who is also education committee, that they are sure that the program is not.
This is the only that we gave a budget. The city university
Active and directed to portals fees supporting for primary.
Is capital between and public secondary school.
Debate on school assurance that all members of parliament declaring government figures eased.
The is captured number of a shifting.
The ministry can capitation with data
that the going children will, we don't have a who are not in, will use them to bust the capital.
While the full capital have not been for
An area, the effect Palau, the 16th secretary is not because by and such national treasury. Schools are more students participated.
standing, the legislation is being worsened. The guideline.
Some of the money a direct maybe and find a way the amount should be able to budgetary. We also need to other activities.
Also,
We must never the politics and the lives has been by settle nature.
constantly pledge support during
has involved in amongst the array forces of police gear in public and alleged fight and
kwa la usalama kipya interior and days after Beka National that left one person.
The camp was the result of establishment. It was accessing his
saying banditry challenge in Laikipia at the areas bordering some
biggest is the perpetrator. It's in a terrain of inaccessible. Work on the infra.
Also using former military against illegal
officers. Service. Responsibility that under because those high Kenya on the threatening. I'm threatening with activities.
Coming after a former Kenya Patrick Osoi and an ex-police officer popularly known as Cop Shakur were arrested in acts that made order and
officer or ex carry out must family.
members of allegedly members considered illegal brutality and Prime Edition. County.
Gathering his second that he to this of Gachagua for petition as Ruth petition for judgment.
President Rigathi Gachagua is Eric Ogot remand themselves, challenging, claiming they were
or not succeeds. May succeed. Yes, we were right. What will happen to that public visa that we raised here? I call in the court.
However, the demand for the second time dismissed as premature. Frederick Muller to the petition saying they had not with
in line considering the constitution, the issues raised, fit to allow the notice of withdrawal, allow the need to hear it.
Manila 5-judge bench the administrative function is not to be reviewed in place
on the composition in respect within ongoing stance is to assume in a within the High Court.
That is to file the and reject of the constituted petition for hearing October.
Will adjourn 24th of 2025 at proceed on the and the
several lawyers propose back to the for fresh with the court accused process Gachagua as the he originally filed. Mamboy reporting from me.
People Kenya taking future but the side of the
moved by future dissatisfied Liberation Party head United is the special party
objectives that away from Parliament and the people. More than simply, it is the on planning scene. Yes.
all the leaders been in hold this taxes.
It's called the illegal organization of public into being used resources.
They are policing oversight authority into the victim a meet the last.
Otherwise, you poor evidence with the that it attempt to take the life gender or in the
on the upcoming by-election
with the by-election fielding joint will be whipped administration a lover.
Separately found the entry of 25 sugar into the port and feed for human consumption. Kenya Sugar Factory and sell to unsuspected. They want to condemn it.
Let's go back to the break before justice. And I just want to remind you that being the robber, this Mukabano, and to brand Kenya giant. And with me, O'Brien, headquarters as well deserved.
Kenya Bureau of set case football matters our concern. Products services is your every step. Every team. Harambee know that every standard the whole enjoy see partner standard quality life for my
the team and your favorite G-Scarf African Nations Championship right here on home soil.
Prime Minister former free in Victoria.
Eye of Relief Governor who had been of the line of after allowed his friend John Swag and evidence said regular procurement of in his tenure on previous acquittal treasuries Dave Mwangi and alongside businessmen in 5 billion shilling and on just the 5 will take the 7th act are the anti reviving one of the craft case. The judge conspiracy to defraud.
Placed there by put of the mentioned choice. Count 1. The just treat corruption after the directions on the defense.
So, Robert prosecutor Kimani for the alleged 100 Kenyan before any demonstration.
This did to the been happening will that the whole
through his express will matters to the should local
to get permission Dr. have failed.
The court and impunity the 6th and Kur Daiga Police Station Friday 85 rule whether to allow the petitions to hold to complete on Thursday. Kerry objected to have us saying he is a little edition.
Three to pay rem of to hearing information innovation Agnes CC July approved to CA Langata Bilan 18 acres on 70 meter.
Said petition Parliament approve the surrender of some of the to settle the 3.2 pensioners. Appearing on Thursday committee, the transfer process is on course by May 20.
What assurances that you have ring-fenced? Secondly, on those can assets be disposed in
provide updates the transfer of rig games.
Meant to provide meet the employees if salaries.
Keen on doing to be able who are responsible pensioners committee that are required.
The irregular procurement controversial lawyer billion shillings in a case that is being as with a firm to the corporation.
Legal firm that was KBC. To my of interest is that actually with the corporation trustees, we were also from legal department brought to the
Marco.
Where John Ollie elect position if network region as
speaking training that brought together and aspirants from the culture, religion as major had to political position.
There would be and things. Mimi niliacha ya meza nilifanya hapa Mombasa. Just leader owned one heshimika. Wale wazee Mazulekha amesema wote wakawa mibumu nataka kupewa pesa pia wanawake wasiweze wanawake za kumwaga, lakini
identifying potential and equipping them
to the next generation. We think motivating, identifying women who and get that will enable them
partnered with in creating a women for their campaign
and have a process where money whole thing there to really invest
must depend must now know that for leadership website of forms for your client you don't have a lot of position for no we have in this country I have to identify your area
for primary. I am Anbo
County Governor is to the to pay publish move to sharing in details
Speaking with matatu operators at the Nyeri Thursday, Nyeri County Higas said they have agreed to constitute to come up with a relocation.
Appointed a committee of cutting across about 5 of my 23. They are tomorrow morning at to discuss and the of matatu transport sector, rallying call. Transition must be peaceful. Business.
Mean organizations and Mombasa cultural organizations standing labor groups in the region.
Mombasa his own wild nations and a bit step up.
Party leader in the Kitu over who Migwani Kwate of Kenya Party
Ngoro wa Wiper jitolewa ya Wiper hapa na pale tolewa amekatalia speaker
Ruby unity student
is sure is we are that from as brothers and friends relate this
financing program in a major of fruit by Latter-day Saints 2000 bolster security and environment.
Important in terms of or be able to provide food for them, enable peace to receive government 1,000 have other problems that we are going or
Christ
well, look, it is for sure that what is behind me here, the game is taking place for the first time. And Kenya is going with its infrastructures, railway as well. For start, Kasarani State has undergone same as event taking place, and of course, football in Uganda. Kenya broadcast for decades been your true. We are the Chan laid out a proper strategy at on Kenya broadcast. Apart from playing Be asking us pick the low hanging. Line number 1 is in as hub about basketball, hockey, swimming. Oh God, I all the critical stuff be achieved, and you know who is the managing director, the promotion. We're talking about the brand and proceedings. Yes, council together accord. It flows
for her.
I mean, Kenyan brand.
Question. When it that youth entrepreneur, and that is when you're looking at the most part of it. Our coffee that I've got and the international about our issues, us talking about to the vibrancy and the with our tribes of the last. We're talking tourism, the big tourism with our sites like the wild
happen,
and we also sports remain and ourselves. That's and there's a lot of us. Rugby is sports that because brand is not only the first objective to galvanize of pride and as well as perception international. They to engage with through national branding in an is known for it hospital as of in their headquarters you people I generally that brand the international look at through what is known as unholds here 55.
I mean, the would be described Kenya tourism. It is one of the brands in the country, but these are tapping into expand. Countries are example. Also looking at the basket, Kenyan
are very important in brand management. Evolve as a brand. It is brand management. The idea of traditional form. I allow to give you a training that is by our Lilona Kiplagat, that it is that athletes to in Kenya that sports have just completed 2025, and because we actually able to run with run and that came would find the event was before the Kenyans ran. So you is that able to running and wanted even there's now same thing an opportunity engage the tourist for this reason. As a of the fact part of brand management evolving to be an aspect in our own way. As we talk about is also related to real love. Who see how posted test what they market there and at the product as it form of tourism.
When you look to new phase, and I mean this came about at the post tainted journey that we have achieved that trajectory Kenya and
to brand and creature of the 8 after we episode of and because of milestones that have country brand choosing choice for trade so of them wants to use and brands brand building national brand. We have each of the decisions that point that is necessary. If you're the touch point, one of the make it Kenya brand, engage with that. The ability to engage points to market so that we communication narrative. Another we've been able to trade in Kenya identify and produce of high quality. It allows seen entrepreneurs pick up the market as a made in. One of the aspects that when you look at supermarkets in Kenya, So that the fact that it's made in Kenya with that authentic feel.
Floyd, we are taking these. We should be looking at this. Of course, asking what during ourselves to and right. If you just more carbon promotion, cause what is branding Kenya to have you. How's the time? 1:47. We are more the big next.
Ngoja na mimi hawachezi. Hello. Yes. Anga hata ndo. Nina hata Musa uti kwa WhatsApp.
My son was out of school. I remember that amount years ago. Quotes it's the air to do with that money. You don't of the time. Same kind of way.
Them develop concurrent exams.
Of Kenya sports. Say we is how as a straight into voice and it's coming to project
in this that allows Africa to have in going to get their team. We also have an internal national of this conversation. That gives us aspect to be able to and the support to come out as people their own. As many that the stadium turn so to a moment of collectively and more important hosting. It is an opportunity different investment people, with the people who are international visitors who are engaged with what are the opportunities that. But most young people, I would imagine, to show in terms of culture, to share what it means. Kenyan, went to and is too far. Engage with the Nairobi National Space. Opportunity for them to look at the investment. The very instant having Kenya place memories for me. It also allows for a TV. That's opportunity to be that even in planning of the would for to ensure that the gifts are this visit to how we the things able to as a talent and because of that, just to attract an opportunity for global. And there is an opportunity to hire Kenyan.
You run through the down rate.
Both nations to uniquely so that when with Kenya, because in it with our neighbors, it's almost trying to be able to that weakness on that and without really distinguishes you from we need to be able to speak about when you look at athletes, but these are
Ethiopia, you see,
and trying to, and that need to be a you maintain to grow.
I'm sure you're in visibility. Chan, you would who matches
a Chan. The first citizen to be a galvanizer of Harambee Stars, their team. This is one of the comes managing the Kenyan. Also, the global order about Kenya. Like, good organization, our economy, we have two and various touch points, them having a to be able
and finally you expect to see.
For me, that of choice national very much. We have the infrastructure accommodations, stakes, and we have the national event. We are not, for example, W can also add football as an international match.
Very good. Very much. By the way,
of course, harassment is about it. There is not.
Thank you very much. In Congo, surrounding. To be there?
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Employs more of and joining us tonight as something to reposition as a sport. Watching channel. Let's continue. In a goods or system beginning of this month be paid. But that national cabinet, treasury cabinet, study back on its reforms, government the potential to buy more annually.
Five cabinet secretary is the president that to G at 66 is project above the 50 up
and we were from without pay. So we do the why are you taking alone? We are already we must
while appearing in budget at e-procure forms adopted deficit
to procure. I know it is quite that we need to save in terms of identified a loss
to is it we just the DG committee the E that is also mentioned puts
and us which currently levy money the cabinet is
so to continue the more out the historical and to again those historical budget paying
intent of abilities contractors and in return need terms of public information
at 5.33 Chimenza.
Also set to benefit and wealth environment for operations on blue economy. Secretary the deal with and zones.
Is of among Victoria having fisheries brand of understanding you were Wednesday all by you economy in maritime or corporation standing fueled music and efficient.
We believe it must be licensed, and that is why we have our fisher folk. The commercial fishing organized.
We will also look at issues of transit. We've been working to ensure that fish can putting it across Uganda.
Fishing
deck on our side. Get Kenyan fishermen only. For people who do illegal.
If a fisher folk comes from shores agreed upon for them to be supported, to be aware, not illegal fishing, but
technical team expect to develop to get the
This big is 2024 is stars are ready to together as they tune in and let, because in Kenya and the cousin
Well, the inspectorate about register bureau proposed apparently the new system is responsible certification.
Seeds and of 2020 is a shift registered based system alternative to the current Kenya Plant Health, while the improve climate and seed quality.
Huo mswanda ukiendelea bila huko
Cafe says if you to which government define disrupt ultimately how
bill would bring, because it's a such
regulated by KBC. Traders start selling farmers yield
and variety 20 influence aiming to
nenda sote wasilete ama imekabidhiwa utaifu na imeona nzuri kufanyiwa kulingana na ile mwenye mbegu hiyo KBC. Tungependa uwezo hakuna KBC.
Prime
small to access following and Kenya and breeding agencies will also be to enhance the Kenyan product.
The challenge for this enterprises account for less than total address promotion and build a express Kenya and to catch and logistics global.
We intend to do building, export building to ensure that conform them, train them, clinic that has been certified. We now it reaches partner, and as well as from the products. The last
gap between and partnership is Kenya's visibility on
what we are setting with the is to assess what we will connect, we will establish, and we will find efficient competitive of taking the to the
factor to fulfillment which are in cross
kind of trade to trade at the level. For example, he was able to that allow you to go in the international from the, and that is one of able to offer to the exporters, ensuring that moving to democratization will be able to, but find themselves.
Report
and farmers assets to in shillings under the national chain development farmers in Ghana as Irish the vaccinations diseases keen disease of 30 immunized.
Project
participation farmers in are
Gonjwa mbili imeleta changamoto inaitwa wamefula
mobile lenders for who housing commercial sector ways that are reduced.
40,000 of been constructed, 100,000 on the government portal access to Kenya. Uptick is risky borrowing intensive.
Where it was bank now for years, of course,
service providers working such as spending hard efforts to empower more units.
Finance company shillings to the region does is help us during so this bill of certainty are going from a salary going towards them.
Daily statistics indicates that one acquired homes.
It means that there's opportunity for developing
for more of public housing units, old housing.
It then allows product trust to be again just so blocking for everyone space which
is where has of 12 listed company dividend and
year ended 30th June. East African breweries increase 3.128 shillings. This was improved macro declining interest in Kenyan currencies.
Solid, strong by 4%, 28.
Brewer booked accumulated 13 million over 3 in the year. By 8 cost.
As well the strength against the Uganda shilling. So if we look at Uganda percent in Uganda shilling term, Kenya shilling appreciated against Uganda converted into Kenya to a 1%.
Queries is about the prolific trade, high and raw materials used consumer spending growth.
And should be in revenue.
Paris has recommended of 5 shillings and 50 cents in addition to the interim dividend to 8 shillings per share.
Chane. Sindio? Impira. Nayo. Impira. Alo. Messi. Mutatanga hubi. Anga hata Ronaldo. Ni Otieno tafadhali.
My name is Cabinet Secretary, Youth and Sports. To host CHAN tournament. Our passion warm. This is not. It is a celebration as we welcome world deal of CHAN. It is our time. Let us 2024 and rally behind our hashtag
to get sport democratic national football ahead of Africa to start Tanzania. Champions arrive after Group A Stars of Sarani to kick off live Morocco, Angola, March 6 p.m. Today of Zambia. Today. Elsewhere, FKA 5 million shillings sponsor 2025-26. This is after sports sponsorship deal 2 billion of the 50 clubs.
Premier League in the season is after 85 watts at 10.1.
I'm announcing between
FKF as title sponsor of the Premier League season. Amount will be 1 shillings. 8 next.
The struggle operate included
the football development in general, and we are on the in city building for all the clubs that are in our ecosystem are going to see the bring on board.
The glory is back, veiled as the 5-20, where 6 will go the percent. Reporting. My name is Fred.
Musingo Ball with defending school. It's time to championship by St. Joseph. Kirangari one pulled over Coastal champion to nail.
Through the this must as it will they were knocked despite on goal and goal secondary school.
I believe something better. He scored the third equalize. Wenda hivyo tu inakata, so
they had lost stage against the high school to play part chance helmet in the champion to play home. Musingu Mixed Secondary School Namini Machine recorded the Booker revenge them in last year. They now play a game from
our objective was match, so to win the for the fight.
The girls will battle it. Winners Madira. In boys will square, while Malava girls will battle first semi square it up. The final of August for the East Championships. Primary
volleyball now where Federation League Jeopardy named in Kenya not due to take place championship from the first in your Jeopardy feature pipeline for Kenya KCB volleyball team will come to Kia for the championships August in under for you KV president in that unexpected continental tournament. Football where Manchester wins out of two in wins out of 4-1 as West to be in the Premier season tournament. United States goals from Dogu and young Sail Manchester United swept West Ham to beat on 2-1. Put Everton West Ham time 6 the tournament can conclude and taking on
did the Qatar full crew and he'll try and when
national football point of the prize. I started by telling football and Africa in it, I mean, it's a big deal because it's happening in Uganda as well. Harambee Stadium was the first game is Sarani Stadium. We want broadcasting corporate post broadcaster and all the other matches here. We have a very well organized place. You know what? Go on and on. You.
Sindio? Nayo. Ina hii mpira. Tanga pikia. Tafadhali tu
If you take small, kind, help us.
Hello, Doctor. Isevalai. Guy from na hospitali surgery ya pata hiyo pesa ya before surgery na saizi God is faithful to you. Jamaa pia afanywa well, but these before and saizi doing hapa mbele ayang ligonjeka na leo apate kuwe kama niko na timu ligonjeka Toma. That's kama ya timu